Hello guys, welcome to another Few Money. What a crazy day we had today since the morning. I'm just checking all the last details to see if everything is good. I see people on the chat, so just tell me if you can hear me. 1 for yes, 0 for no. You guys know the drill. On my side, everything looks fine. So let's see if this everything goes okay. Let's see what's happening on the chat. 111 sound okay. Good. Everything looks good except Bitcoin, right? We are going to have a bit of a different show today, I hope, because I'm not going to do any TA. It's impossible to do any TA, of course. We're just going to discuss what's happening and look in real time to the charts. And I guess we will have a bit more of interaction today, guys. I will, of course, show the charts. I will give you guys my opinions, but given the current situation, I don't think it's wise on anyone's part, not just me, but anyone's, to do TA right now. And of course, I hope I have some people in the audience that has been here since 2017. So those are the steel balls guys here, which I'm including myself in that group. So, of course, I believe that this is something that we have seen before. If you are in the space since 2017, at least. So, nothing to fear. I spent the majority of my morning laughing at the charts and laughing at tweets and all that crazy stuff that was happening. But let's share the screen and let's see what is happening. Where are we right now? Just confirming that everything is okay. Yep, the screen is sharing. So the stream looks good. I'm again using the ultra low latency option on my stream, so it should be just a few seconds delay between what I do and what you guys see over there on your end. So I hope to have a quicker interaction today without any delays on the connection. And we are already screen sharing here. So what's happening, guys? So what happened is we crashed big time. So just a few days ago, when the previous week closed, we were just a bit below the 20-week SMA. Now the 20-week SMA is pointing down. So yeah, of course it doesn't look good, but you guys have to zoom out, of course. And let me check here. So we are now around 39. So I'm sorry, I don't know even the price, because like half an hour before I started the stream, or even 1 hour, I was just getting everything ready, so I was not even looking at the charts. But right now we have the RSI precisely at the same level as 2013. So I believe there's some kind of indication here, and we are already going up. Of course, we have been on the 30,000. I'm getting some notifications here, but that's fine, no problem. So what's happening? We crashed big time. So guys, I hope you didn't despair, and I hope everyone is okay. And if you had any leverage, of course you were liquidated. I bet you were liquidated. Just tell me the truth. I didn't have any positions with leverage, so I'm okay. I didn't have any problems. I was even reinforcing, so I went shopping. I hope you guys did too. And I heard someone already on Twitter saying that they bought the dip exactly around 30K. So that was a very, very good buy. I didn't catch it. So it was a bit different from that level. But anyway, I hope you guys bought the dip. And this was the flash crash, by the way. I was talking about this yesterday. This was the flash crash that I was expecting. However, I did not expect that we went to the 30K level. I was hoping for 38, maybe 37 or 6 max, but we went lower, below 36,000 to 30, so it's a 6,000 or 7,000 difference from what I was expecting. And it didn't look good this morning when everyone was panicking, and I was laughing, of course. Because if you guys have been here since 2017, you know this already. You know the drill. You know this is just 1-2 days of panic on Twitter, and then everything gets back to normal. So can we please get back to the bull market? Thank you. I even had a new sound for you guys today, just to make fun of this. So let's see if you guys hear. I hope you guys hear these sound effects I have now. And I'm going to be quiet for just a few seconds while the sound plays, and you guys tell me if you heard it.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
This is the appropriate sound for today. I hope you guys heard it and everything is working fine with OBS streaming here. So let's see. I will just do a quick run over the charts for just a few minutes, and we can then discuss what's happening and you guys can give me your ideas. I got already some tweets today about conspiracy theories, insider guys on big firms that already knew about this announcement from China. Everything was the perfect storm. So let's go to the price to time model. So we are actually we had this big dip, of course. You guys can see it here. The price is now where this dashed red line is. So we went to the low 30s, actually 30,000, if I'm not mistaken, was the exact number, $30,000. We are now back up close to 40. We were just around 40K when I started to stream. I guess we just went a bit lower now, 39 something, I'm not sure. Actually, no, we are above 40 already, so we are almost 41. And as you guys can see also, the 20-week SMA is now pointing down, which is crazy because, this is a very laggy indicator, this 20-week SMA. But due to this big drop we had today, of course, the 20-week SMA pointed down a bit. But I guess we'll soon go back to sideways action, to go just to the right, and that will not affect in a big way the 20-week SMA. Of course, we are below the threshold, so even we didn't touch it there before this big correction, we are below the threshold. But guys, while I was watching the price to time model, I saw something that I will just show you guys in a few seconds. But I was going to say something and just got out of my mind. Anyway, so let me go directly to what I've seen here. Here. So let's go back to 2017. I just want to show you guys something. Just forget the 20-week SMA for now and look at this drop here. And now if you... Let me try to put both of them on the screen, but with the zoom it's not easy. So let me try to zoom like this. Okay, just look at this consolidation here. Then this big drop. We went below the 20-week SMA, not as much as today, but in fact, today is just a week because we are now going up again. So, and the week is not even closed, so you don't know where this week will close. But so far, all this candle here, this red body here, this is not a body. Below this dashed orange red line, this is just a week of the weekly candle. Now, look at this big drop here in 2017. This was the entire candle, almost the entire candle. And just some time later, we had another drop just like that. But look what happened after this big drop. If you guys didn't see this, it would very much like, this would be very much like the consolidation period we are having right now and the big drop that we had. We almost went to the same level as support before, just a small distance. Of course, it's not exactly the same, but I just wanted to show you guys this. And next week, what happened? Almost new all-time highs, and that was a crazy rise to the top in 2017. I remember this perfectly when I was just starting in this space. Okay, I just wanted to show you guys this, and also the RSI. Of course, you guys remember I discussed this in previous videos. This was the RSI after the 75% drop of 2013. So I just plotted this level here with an orange dashed line, and if you guys notice where we are right now, exactly the same level as 2013 on the RSI, the weekly RSI. And we are already going up, so we recovered around $10,000 or $11,000 in just a few hours. So everyone was panicking. Some people were buying the dip. Other really weak hands were selling everything they had, and now they are $10,000 above the level they sold. So I guess we still have a lot of stupid people in this market. I mean, guys, why would you sell when it goes to 30,000? I don't really understand weak hands, but anyway. So this is the price to time model. Let's just go quickly here to the MRI on the weekly. And here we are. Just look at that. I love this candle. The candle is amazing. Oh, this is the daily, I guess. Sorry. Yeah, this is the daily. Let me just go to the weekly first and let's see what's happening. So I'm just going to put this at the same level as we went. So the low was 29,641. 29,641. And 0.50. So guys, we had from the all-time high, we had a correction of 54.3%. This is what the weekly chart is telling me. Now, the second trend line I have here, this was plotted some really long time ago when we started the, even before I got to start the channel, I guess on YouTube. So we had this trend line, I had this trend line plotted here, I had the second trend line plotted here, which was plotted just a few days later when we started this run up. And we went below the second trend line, which I was never expecting to happen, by the way. We went below it, but we are now above again the trend line, and we recovered a lot. So this is 40,000 now. So we recovered already $10,000 in just 1 or 2 hours. So of course the RSI is now in the middle, exactly in the middle of the RSI levels, and now starting to point a bit to the side. The MACD, of course, very bearish on the weekly after all this big drop. And let's take a look at the daily. The daily shows me this candle is completely crazy. This is a big wick. But look how the 200-day moving average held the candle body. So there was a big drop there, and then we recovered it immediately, and we are now being supported by the 200-day moving average. Yeah, we are still above 40, so let's see what the price develops. But we are oversold already. If you guys check the RSI, we are oversold territory already. The weekly is not, the weekly is in the middle, sorry, so I just checked it before. And the MACD, of course, very bearish. This could go to infinity, negative infinity, but anyway, I don't believe that will happen. I guess this flash crash is over for now, and we could slowly start to recover the market. This will take a long time now. But there is one very good thing that happened. We got rid of most of the weak hands and also the stupid leverage people that lost several billions today. And we can get to that later. So the daily chart is showing me this big wick, which is good. I did not expect it to go to 30. I have to confess, I was wrong. I said that I was expecting a flash crash yesterday, but I was expecting it to go maximum 38,036. Like 36 was my, I don't remember if I even mentioned it, but it was my inner mind absolute bottom for the week. However, we went 6,000 even below that, and that's what I'm seeing here. So no TA. I'm not even going to try to say something. I just like the fact that on the daily we are being supported by the 200 period SMA, and also my trend line, which is down here, the white line here, the second trend line. And let's see on the 4 hours what we have. I guess the MRI is not being loaded. That's weird. Oh, now this is loaded. Okay, so we have on the 4 hours we have already an MRI bottom warning, and this is happening on the 8 of the red count, 1 to 9 count. So I am expecting, of course, the next candle in just 2 hours and 48 minutes to be an MRI bottom, a 9 count if we don't go above that level over there, because if we go above this candle here, this will reset the count or not. Wait, so 1 2 3 4, yeah, so if we go above this candle here, the number 5, we will have a reset on the count, and probably we will not have an MRI bottom. So I would probably, it would be probably a good idea not to go much to the upside with the price action, and close this candle around here, and then have the next one be the MRI bottom, and perfect 9 count to the downside. So this is the 4 hour outlook. The RSI, of course, is already going up after being oversold for some time for these candles here, and now we are having the retrace. Look how perfect this trend line was. I'm amazed. This trend line was plotted really long time ago, probably in January or February. I can't remember anymore when I plotted this. But look at this. Look how the market went really down below my trend line, and then the candle that went back up again, the candle body was exactly on top of my trend line there. And then the second candle just started above the trend line. I guess trend lines work, guys. If you check where this trend line, the logic behind this trend line, you have to go to the weekly, and you guys can see it here. So this is this trend line here, the one below that one, the white line, and this trend line started when I started the bull market, when I saw that the bull market was starting. And then my second point is this candle where the bull market exploded to the upside exponentially. So I just left my first trend line there, and I started the second trend line when the candle exploded exponentially to the upside to start an even more steep inclination of this bull market. And the second trend line that you guys see here, that I just left it there since this exploded in December, actually December. So this is even before January. I just left it there, and now I go check months later on the 4 hour, and the trend line just held the candle bodies and started a new reversal on the upside, to the upside. So that's why I like TA. That's why some trolls were saying today that I was again yesterday saying that we would have a reversal, and then we had this flash crash today, and of course making fun of some of the things I've been saying. But technical analysis works. I know it works because I've been making money, so I don't really care about those trolls. Okay, so this is the 4 hour. We have, of course, craziness on BitMEX. We had this big drop on the BitMEX funding rate. This was above 1.11. I think I never saw this. I never saw this in my life with BitMEX being 1.11 to the negative side. This is BitMEX funding rate on the 4 hour. This was that big drop we had in May, on the 13th of May. You guys remember we had a lot of BitMEX funding rate to negative side, but now look the difference. This one is even bigger. Actually, it went to 1.12. Yeah, 1.12. And now we are on the MRI bottom warning on the 4 hour going up. We continue to go up. So it's 40.4. I would prefer this not to go above that level, so we can have an MRI bottom, a perfect one. But let's check the 1 hour and see the BitMEX funding rate with more detail. I don't like this. I also don't like the fact that we are not crossing that resistance level over there where we broke to the downside this morning. Yeah, so 19th at 10. So this was 10 a.m. when we started to break down. And we are exactly where we were today at 10 a.m. And people spent the entire day going crazy and in panic. I don't get it. So the BitMEX funding rate here is... Now it's around 0.86. So I guess we didn't cross the 1, but on the 4 hour we were crossing the 1. So of course the 1 hour is more detailed BitMEX funding rate, and that's it. So the MRI is done. Let me just leave it on the 4 hour just to check it later if we need to. The pro indicators, of course, wow. So there's nothing that we can do when this happens. We broke the ranging channel to the downside. Of course, we went much more to the downside than I was expecting on my second long speculative area. Of course, things like this, flash crashes are almost impossible to, it's not predicting. It's like feeling that this is going to happen. Of course, you have all the indications, you have all the indicators telling you that we are already on the limit and the limit and the limit, and then suddenly someone sells like, I don't know, 100,000 Bitcoin, something like that, and the market crashes like this. There's no TA that can tell you that this is going to happen, of course. So we have the probabilities, and the probabilities of this happening it's less than 1%. It's less than 1% what just happened today. So there is, of course, it's negligible. So it's you cannot predict this, or you cannot even feel it coming or anything. It's crazy. Of course, when this starts, you just have one thing to do. You just sit in the corner and wait it to go in, and wait that it goes away, and you shouldn't do anything else. The dollar, however, is still stable here, holding its level since yesterday, I guess. We were around the same level, 89.5. Now this is 89.8. So I guess the dollar is holding its ground and not going below. I was expecting the dollar to be already lower today. And then we have... So this is the DXY, the weekly indicator index of the dollar. Then we have gold. Gold, of course, going up. I guess a lot of people moved to gold in the last few hours. But we are still on a weekly MRI top warning. As you guys can see, we have the orange. We have the orange arrow here saying that next week this will be an MRI top for gold. And then we have the SPX. So again, as predicted, exactly as predicted a few days ago, I guess, or yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I said that we could go lower on the SPX to meet this 20-week moving average, and probably this is we will see it, or at least very close to the 20-week SMA. This is also not loading the MRI. I don't know what's going on with this computer today. Okay, now we have the MRI. So this was an MRI top, and now we are on a second candle of a 1 to 4 correction. So we could have still probably 1 or 2 more weeks of a bit of downside on the SPX, and probably seeing this meeting this 20-week SMA here. And that's it, guys. So that's the analysis. This is just a analysis. This is not even any technical analysis. This is just looking at the charts, trying to interpret what's happening. Don't ask me for explanations about what was all this about, the flash crash of today, because of course I don't know it. I didn't start it. I didn't finish it. But let's talk a bit. Let's get some ideas. Let's see what you guys think about this. So I was not looking at the chat. I'm sorry for that, but let me let me try to see it here. What you guys have been saying. The clock is going down. You Hank Jones. Hi Umberto. Hi guys. Sorry I didn't have the opportunity to say hi to everyone, but I will just say hello now that we have a lot of people already. We have 25 people at the moment here, so welcome to you all. This was just I was just looking at the charts. This is not any TA. I did not do anything new today. The only thing I noticed, so just to sum it up, was the RSI level, of course, was achieved. The same exact RSI level we had on the big drop of 2013, the 75% drop. Today we had, so let me go back to the weekly so that you guys can see it while I'm talking. So from the all-time high, exactly from the all-time high that we had on Bitcoin of 64, almost 65K, to the minimum level of today, and this was around 29,641 on the index. So this was a 54.33% correction, which in my opinion is much less than 2013 when we had 75%. And this is a correction, and everyone was selling, panic selling, smash selling and all those kind of selling that you guys know already, and I don't understand why. While everyone was selling, a lot of people were buying, and I hope you guys did too. My price prediction, 100K on your 100th show. Wow, we are still away from that, man. This is only 51st show today, which I wanted to be live because, of course, because today was a special day on Bitcoin, and this has to be recorded live with you guys participating. But we are still away from that 100th show, which I plan that should be a nice celebration, of course. Hey Paulo, how are you? Hey. By the way, guys, just to make you guys jealous, I was having a few drinks with Paulo on Sunday. We were drinking some beers and talking in, personally, face to face. I haven't seen Paulo for a few years already, and I was happy to see him. Let's see. Okay, everyone was saying 1 because of the sound, I guess. Good afternoon. So you guys heard that. Let me give you guys again the sound.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
So this was the sound that I was talking about. Okay, my lowest was 38. Is this crash going to delay the? Yeah, probably. That's one of the things I was actually thinking about this morning. That probably this could, in some ways, this could delay a bit the price to time model. So Let me just give you guys a hint because of this comment I see here. So this was, where is that? Alexandre Graça. And Alexandre Graça is asking if this could delay the price to time model. So let's just go here to the price to time model and check. So guys, this is not the difference between what I did here. This is basically technical analysis taken to some probabilities level kind of model. And what I did here was try to identify a possible top and a possible date for that top. So this is what I was trying to do. So, you know, the path between the moment when I draw or plotted this model to the final point, which should be the top of the market at a certain date, the path in between doesn't matter. What I was trying to achieve here was to find a possible value of Bitcoin for the next cycle top, and also, but the most important thing, when this could happen. And because many models give you the top value, some models tell you 288,000, some models talk about 300,000, some other models talk about 100 and 150. So there are different models out there, but there is one thing that usually you don't get in those models, which is an approximate date for that top. So this was what I was trying to do with the price to time model. Not being the most important thing, the level of the amount of the value or the value of Bitcoin on the top of the cycle, but most importantly to me was to get an approximate date or week or 2 weeks or a month, even a month, where the stop could occur. So the most important thing to me on price to time model was exactly the date. And the date was about so if you give it 2 weeks to each side, like halfway through September to halfway through October. So this would be like the final 2 weeks of September, or probably the first 2 weeks of October, and or even the last week of September and the first 3 weeks of October, which my rectangle is pointing to the 11th of October, which means already the second week of October. So this was my biggest probability. However, this is, of course, you have the threshold line here, the exponential curve that has been also an indication of previous cycle tops. And I was expecting the price to rise healthy and sustainably, always trying to stay below this threshold here. I'm going to zoom in a bit so you guys can see. So the purpose of this exponential curve line is, of course, this is a logarithmic chart, so you guys know that each step to the upside indicates a much bigger value for the price. So what I was trying to do was, when I plotted this, was of course having the price going in between the 20-week SMA as its bottom for the price action curve, and this maximum threshold here on the top, which is the diagonal that goes from this corner to that corner, of course being exponentially curved like that. So the purpose was to have the price action to go in between those two lines, the orange line and the green line, which is the 20-week SMA. But now we were always having this price action going in between those two lines. And of course, you knew already that one of the things that the exponential curved line indicates is that if you cross it to the upper side, you might have a correction. And this happened once and twice and 3 times. So this happened 3 times. Every time we crossed this line to the upper side, we had a small correction or a bigger correction like the first one here. But if you cross the 20-week SMA to the downside, of course, you have to expect an immediate reversal of the price action, because this was support for the 2017 cycle. And now it didn't happen because we have been below the 20-week SMA for the second week already, and we had this flash crash. But if we can get above the 20-week SMA again, if not this week, at least the next week, the coming week, starting after next Sunday, we might probably see a reversal on the price action and some kind of fast move to the upside. If we continue below the 20-week SMA for a longer time, then I see a long period of consolidation here. And that probably will delay the price to time model. And this is the most accurate answer I can give you about what you mentioned on the chat. So if we continue below the 20-week SMA, or even being supported by the 20-week SMA for a longer time, we could have something like this big week was the flash crash. We could have like an Adam and Eve kind of bottom here where we had already the V-shape bottom, and then you can have still again a new curve going to the downside and then up. This would be an Adam and Eve kind of bottom, and on the weekly it would make much more sense than the one I saw a few days ago on the 4-hour. And if that happens, then I expect the rise to the top to be delayed and probably going out of this rectangle. So this would be, even if not this year, probably just in the beginning of the next year. So if that happens, this big consolidation that we could have for several weeks now. Some people are even talking about the entire summer of consolidation before we continue up. I would not go so far. I would not say that we would stay months in consolidation, but there is a probability that we could stay in consolidation for a few weeks, given that this happened. And sometimes when this flash crash happens, it takes a long time for the markets to recover and get back to the same levels as before, or get back in track, if you would like to, to think about it like this. So regarding the price to time model, this is what could happen. We could have a delay, and there's nothing you can do about it after a day like this. There is no technical analysis that can predict stuff like that. Okay, let's see what else, you guys. I hope everything is going okay with the sound and all that. I missed something from Paulo here. Let's see. So we all know that Elon just bought a whole lot of them, right? Yeah. No, Paulo, actually when he posted, he just tweeted today that he has diamond hands. But what I believe that means is that he didn't sell any of his Bitcoin, or Tesla also didn't sell any of the Bitcoin position they have. Yeah. So basically he's saying that he's a hodler having diamond hands. So it's really funny how this guy, he starts a crash in the markets, and a few days later this continues because of all the FUD and China FUD and all that. I've heard about China banning Bitcoin like 10 times already since 2017. So I'm not worried about China anymore. Anyway, if anyone is going to ban anyone, is Bitcoin banning China if they continue to FUD the markets like this. So let's see. Yeah, Magis, hi. Yeah, I agree with you. My lowest buy, I guess. Point I had to keep and miss the bottom, but I guess you bought at 38,000 today. That's a good buy, by the way. It's not as good at 30, but it's not bad. And so you have Bitcoin since 2013. You are even more OG than I am. That's I would like to be in that club. 2013. I would be much better than I am now. So let's see on the apocalypse. Oh, the apocalypse. Haha. Yeah. So I guess you guys heard it. Yeah, so Tiago, I just explained that. You were just asking the same thing after Alexandre Graça. So I hope I explained what could happen to the price to time model. And let's see here. Umberto is saying they are dummy people for sure. I guess he's talking about the weak hands. Do you think we could be fully recovered by August? Man, we could be fully recovered. This is Fernando Lema, if I'm not mistaken. We could be recovered by today if we go up again to the same levels as yesterday. And I remember that yesterday we were trading around 44, 42. We are already at 40. So it's like this crash never happened. I don't understand why people think like that. I don't have any. We could recover the market starting today again. We don't have to wait for August. Unless you mean a new all-time high, and then I will tell you that probably that will take longer. Probably a few weeks. But if you mean just going back to the same levels as yesterday, as if this flash crash never happened, this can happen now. Because usually a flash crash is just like that. It's a flash going down and a flash going up. So, but if you mean a new all-time high, I believe that before August we could have, the probabilities are much higher to be on the side of having a new all-time high before August. Irrational exuberance, exactly. We are okay. We are the champions of Portugal. Umberto is funny. Hi everyone, beautiful day. Yeah, exactly. Actually, guys, we have been having a heat wave here. It's so hot today in the south of Portugal, in the Algarve where I am. It's really hot. I had to do some personal stuff this morning, so I had to drive my car to a nearby city, and I was enjoying, after finishing all my personal stuff, I was enjoying sitting at the cafe outside and enjoying the sun. I think I heard Willy Woo say the break of this bottom could mean a bear market. Around 50, yeah, but look, probably he said that, but everyone knows that this market was over leveraged, full of people with weak hands, and of course you will always have those guys that buy the tops and then sell the bottoms. This market was completely crazy, filled with people, weak hands, and not knowing what they were doing with leverage. And what happened today is in fact very, very good. And you guys will thank for it later because of what happened today. Because today we got rid of all the leverage. I don't know if you guys know, but I was checking here. Let me just go to Chrome here. I don't know if I remember that, but this was by something like that. Leverage liquidations. Let me see if I can see it in Google. Liquidation data, exactly. Guys, this is the liquidation data. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see it very well. I hope you guys can see it. So let me maybe zoom a bit here. So this is this information is from Bybit, if I'm not mistaken, or bybt.com. Sorry, not Bybit. And this is total liquidations in the last hour. $200 million. In the last 4 hours, almost $800 million were liquidated. In the last 12 hours, $7.3 billion liquidated, and in the last 24 hours, almost $9 billion. Almost $9 billion liquidated, just vanished from the market. There was one guy, I don't know where that is. Let me check. Here it is. In the past 24 hours, 800,761 traders were liquidated. The largest single liquidation order happened on Wabi, BTC, and this guy, and this is amazing, this guy, the largest single liquidation order. So this was one trader, one order. And this guy got liquidated in $67 million. One guy. One guy lost $67 million. And this is the data from this website. And they aggregate a lot of exchanges where you can use leverage. So, of course, the biggest one was BitMEX. I wonder why. Almost 50% of all liquidations happened on BitMEX. And then you had Huobi with almost 20% of the liquidations, and then you had almost 12% on Binance, and then 10% on Bybit, and almost 10% on OKX, and 1% on FTX. So guys, this is the data for the last 24 hours. We almost achieved, and I bet this will get bigger because as time goes by, if we don't recover soon and people start to the last 24 hours, yeah, this gets all the liquidations so far and the previous 24 hours. So, but the number could increase a bit, because I remember this morning I was watching this and this was a bit lower than 8.8. So this is bybt.com liquidation data. If you guys want to check it, this is the URL, bybt.com/liquidation data. With an L, uppercase L and D also, if you guys want to check it on your browsers. So this was a bit crazy, knowing that just one guy lost $67 million in one margin call. Now you guys tell me, is this crazy or what? Is this crazy or is this crazy? Because how can someone be so leveraged that he lost $67 million in one liquidation call? That's crazy. So let's see. True story, I'm buying the next round of beers. Yeah, it's a true story. You guys know I never lie in my streams. So Vitor is saying that he bought some. Umberto, all perfect. The delay on the price of time, it's actually good for me. I hope so. I hope that you can buy more Bitcoin if this stays lower like this for some time. Actually, guys, let me disclose something. I've been, as you guys know, I've been selling some properties I had, and now I'm actually very happy that Bitcoin came down again, because I had some cash on the side from one property that I sold recently, and of course to inject that money into Bitcoin. And I can tell you, by the end of this month I will have another property sold, and I will have more cash on the sidelines just waiting for Bitcoin again. So I don't see where you guys panic. I don't know why so many people panicked, but this is an opportunity. Everyone complains all the time on Twitter. Oh, it's so high. It's so, the price is going exponentially up. I cannot afford to buy a Bitcoin anymore. You had your opportunity today. Did you buy it? You had a big opportunity to buy at a big discount. Don't forget, the all-time high was 64,000, almost 64,900 something. And today you had the opportunity to buy it at 30. So it's less than half the price of 2 or 3 weeks ago. But you spent the entire year complaining that Bitcoin was very, very expensive. Did you buy it today? That's the question. So let's see. Umberto, that's a very good question, and I will tell you something that probably you will not like. But for a new trader, I don't even recommend you use leverage. Please don't do it. Don't do it. Just buy Bitcoin on spot market, buy the real coins, don't use leverage. If you are a new trader, it will take a long time for you to get all the... We have this Portuguese saying that it's very easy to say it in Portuguese. Everyone understands that, so I'm sorry for the English speakers, but I'm going to say it. It takes a long time to have jogo de cintura to actually be able to go to the leverage markets. So if you are a new trader, don't do it. Don't use leverage. Just invest in a one-to-one spot market where you actually buy the coins, and also you should take them out of the exchange and put them in a wallet, because as you guys know, not your keys, not your Bitcoin. So don't forget, never leave a big amount of Bitcoin on exchanges. Always take them out to your wallet, your hardware wallet, or whatever wallet you use. Don't use a software wallet, please. Also because computers can be hacked, and you can, one day you wake up and you go to your computer and there's nothing there. So just use a very secure hardware wallet like me. I use Ledger. I'm not getting paid to say this. I'm just saying what I use. I use Ledger. Some other people use Trezor, and some other people use the cold card. Although the cold card is only works with Bitcoin and no other coins. So if you have some other coins which are not Bitcoin, altcoins or shitcoins, you will need something like a Trezor or a Ledger. Yeah, so I guess you sent that to me on Twitter, if I'm not mistaken. Was this you, Andre? I got this. I don't remember where I got it. Here? Yes, so yeah, this was here. Oh no, this was sent to me by Pedro PT. But I guess Andrea is talking about the same thing on 4chan post of yesterday, warning about the flash crash at 70 USD of today. Yeah. So I got this. Someone sent this to me on Twitter. Let me open it so that you guys can see. So this is basically someone talking to someone. I don't know if you guys can read it, but I will just read. The beginning, I'm not going to read the entire collection of messages. So this was sent by someone anonymous on the 18th, so yesterday, on the 18th of May 2021, around noon. And the message says, "Hey guys, Insider here. For those of you that are not busy mumbo-lumbo LARPing and paying attention, there will be another announcement from China soon. Picture is semi-related. Can't tell you guys what firm I work for, but it's massive and it's working with the PRC." So I guess this is the PRC, like People's Republic of China. So yeah, the country. "The purpose of today's press release, alongside all the FUD posting, is to get BTC as low as it can get before 7 a.m. UCT. First, there will be a coordinated sell-off to drop the prices below a certain threshold and liquidate one certain stakeholder. Can't outright say who he is, but he bought a lot at the dip that he was partly responsible for. Once liquidated, the plan is then to buy up all the reserves and essentially leave him bankrupted. If you guys want to get rich, grab some coffee and watch for the big dip. Once it happens, things are going to get green really fast. We project 70K. That's all. So this is what it says here. The date, of course, is inside this red box so that you notice the date. And it's from yesterday, 18th of May 2021, around noon UTC. So I don't actually know what exact part of the planet this guy is in. Or UCT, sorry, UCT. So I guess UCT, Universal Clock Time. Yeah, but I don't know. So this was, I don't know exactly what time this was sent. So if any one of you guys know, just tell me. So basically this shows that he sends a new message again. I'm the insider you seek. I don't have much time. Everything is going according to plan. And this was sent so noon and then 22. So this was 10 hours later, around 10 hours and a half later. So I don't really know if I you know, see if this is true, if this is not true, but I was asking the guy that sent me this if this was verified already, that someone actually sent messages like this to someone else and they knew about this FUD coming from China and this coordinated sell-off to drop the prices. I don't actually know if this is true or just someone, you know, just trolling on 4chan, but I leave it to you guys to decide on your own minds what you believe or not. Hank Jones is asking, where does the money go? What money? Are you talking about the leverage liquidations? Where does all that money go? Well, it goes to the guys that funded the leverage, of course, and the exchange, because they take a fee. Yeah, so the money goes to the guys that you know, fund. That's why it's a funding rate. So the money goes back to the guys that funded the leverage trade. So for example, if I let's put it in simple terms, if I use leverage, if I use 10x leverage, for example, and I go into the market with a $10,000 trading position, that means that I've put $1,000 and that the other 9,000 were given to me by someone funding that trade. So if of course, if I'm liquidated, all the money goes back to the guy that funded the trade. Yeah, I'm sorry for the guys that only speak English, but I had to say this in Portuguese. Jogo de cintura. It wasn't me, no, Andre. Yeah, I know it wasn't. No, I already found out on Twitter where this is, so I showed you guys already. But guys, look, it looks like someone knew something, but I cannot tell you for sure that this is true. No one verified this yet. No one said if this guy really exists or if actually he knows something before time, or even if that date was photoshopped in some way just to look like it was before it happened. So I don't know. I cannot tell you for sure if this is true or not. He said UTC typo. Yeah, because I found it weird. UCT, I never heard about that. So UTC, that's Portuguese time, -1. +1, I guess. Portuguese +1, because we are already in -1. So at least the time checks out. Yeah, the time checks out, but so guys, let me just take a look here. We've been live for 1 hour already, not counting of course the initial screen with the music. So we've been live for 1 hour. I would really like to say something about, you know, this kind of market crash. I've been here since you guys know already. I started to hear about Bitcoin in 2015, 16, and then I started to actually get into the markets in 2017. So I've seen a lot of stuff like this, like what happened today, this flash crash. This is this is in fact very good. This is very good to the markets, because it you know, removes all the weak hands and all the leverage and all the stupid traders out there that don't know how to use leverage and never even should use leverage because they are over leveraged, and then stuff like this happens. But guys, this is completely healthy what happened today, because we got rid of all the shit that didn't matter to this space, and now we can have reset. Let's call it a reset in the markets. Now we can have spot trading, just a small percentage of leverage, of course, because there will always be leveraged positions in this market. But we got rid of the majority, the big majority of leverage that was there. That money was completely fake. It never existed, because leveraged, it's not your money. You are trading with no money. It's money from someone else. And when you get liquidated, then that's it. It's over. You owe the guy. You have to repay him what he gave you to trade. And guys, it's completely, it inflates the market in a way that creates such a big bubble. Then the bubble explodes, and this happens. So if you had no leverage, like me today, I had no leverage positions. My last leverage position was some time ago already. If you had no leverage in the market today, you are fine. You have exactly the same coins you had yesterday. The value of those coins, of course, went down, but now we are again back up. Let me just check also where we are right now. And let's change this to the other chart. So we are now a bit below the 40K already. Again, we are now at $39,500. But you have exactly the same. Coins you had yesterday. You never lost any coins, unless you were leveraged, and then you are probably one of the people that got liquidated. But that's part of the game. If you want to risk trades, if you want to increase your leverage to maximize your gains, you also maximize your risk. So you should know what you're doing. And if you got liquidated, then tough, you know. You should not have been using so much leverage, or even any kind of leverage. You should only be trading on the spot. And if you were trading on the spot, that's fine. You didn't lose anything. I was completely, I was not even nervous today. I was doing my stuff in the morning, some personal stuff I had to do. And I was watching the market, and nothing happened. As far as I go, nothing happened. We are exactly where we were yesterday. So let's see how the market now will come back from this. Of course, it will take some time. And people will still need a few days to digest what happened, but this will give them experience, just like I got experience from 2018 when we had the first big crash on the market after the all-time high of 2017. So people will get more experience, they will get more ways to cope with all this kind of stuff, not just psychologically, but also financially. And this will be a lesson for everyone that was being so greedy that a lot of people are being so greedy in these markets that they cannot help themselves and go over leveraged. And then, sometimes the market just takes back what they were trying to take away from the markets. So that happens. Shit happens. And when shit happens,
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
you know what happens then. So I'm loving this, the new sound effects. I can record any sound and just stream it with through OBS, and it looks very nice on the stream. It sounds very nice on the stream. Okay, guys. So we've been here live for about an hour. My recommendation to you is be calm. Don't do anything when this happens. When flash crash happens, you shouldn't do anything. You just turn on your TV, watch a movie, watch a TV series, go watch something funny that makes you laugh, and you get back next day and everything is back to normal and nothing happened. This is the best advice I can give you guys because I've been there a few times. So this is not new for me. I had some people tweeting this morning about, let me go back to Twitter. Let's see, Amanda Pite or Amanda Pete. I don't really know how to pronounce her name, but she was also talking to me about this. And there was another follower of mine that was, let's see if I can find her. Yes, here, I guess this one. So Zukimit was saying, Dear Hugo, I'm diamond hands but also freaking out. Could this be the end of the bull run? And my answer to her, oops, sorry, not this one. Here is the tweet, and my answer was, Dear Zukimit, take 2 days off and do nothing. Just calm down, and above all, don't listen to the news. Come back with a clear head. I went shopping today. All day. This was so she was tweeting this at 2 p.m. today Portuguese time, and I answered her 3 hours ago at, let's see, 4 p.m. 1 hour later. No, 2 hours after she tweeted this to me. So this is the best advice I can give you guys. Take 2 days off, do nothing, just calm down, and above all, don't listen to the news. Come back with a clear head. And you will see in a few days, maximum a few weeks, everything will be back to normal and the bull market is still on. Let's see, any more questions? Don't you think a guy has so much power? Well, I bet you're talking about Elon. Marco, right? Marco Kivan. Hey Bichimoku, again you're late to the stream. What's happening with you, guy? What's wrong with you? always arriving at the stream 1 hour later. So yeah, Marco. So I guess you are talking about Elon. Well, you know, the more liquidity we have in the market, and this is a market with a lot of money right now. So you guys know that the total amount was, yesterday at least, when I last checked, was around $2 trillion. But this includes all the crypto, so Bitcoin and all the shitcoins. But if you remove all the shitcoins from the picture, this is still, I guess, Bitcoin is still around 1 This was 1.5 a few weeks ago, and I guess yesterday was about $1 trillion. And of course, he has a lot of fans, he has a lot of followers on Twitter, and he has a lot of power in, commanding all his minions. I guess Elon Musk loves to command his minions on Twitter, and he still has a lot of power because he controls a lot of people's minds. But someday this market will have so much liquidity, and this will be so big. I'm not talking about 1 trillion, I'm talking about 10 trillion, which would be the same as gold, for example. Or I believe gold is 12 trillion, I'm not sure, but so, for example, if Bitcoin was exactly the same as gold right now, Elon would not have this influence in the market. Even with all his minions buying and selling and doing everything he commands them to do, I bet he would not be able to move the market like this. So you just have to be patient. You have to wait for the liquidity to come. A few more months, years, probably a few years until we get to the liquidity of big assets like gold or something like that. And from then on, then I believe that, Elon will just be a small ant. Not being able to move anything else except his own ego. So let's see what happens. Yeah, late again, man. You should be punished someday. Don't tell me you were watching some other streamer or Tonevase or something, because then I will really punish you. Okay, Tiago, cheers. The fees of BTC and Ethereum are crazy. It's too much to take, for example, from the exchanges. Yeah, of course, and I hope so. I hope people can't move them, because, when people panic, they do stupid things. And when they do stupid things, they move all the coins to the exchange and sell them. So I hope people don't move the coins to the exchanges to sell them, because it's crazy. This is just one day. Wait for tomorrow and you will forget about it. I went out for a walk. Yeah. Bichimoku, you will have to write 10 times on the chat, gently touch the like button to be punished. Okay, guys. I panicked, and that made me buy. Yeah, exactly. When you get, when you get in panic and you buy, that's all fine. That's all good, guys. So let's see. Let's not get this very, very long. Let me see. We've been live for almost 1.5 hours. I guess it's time for me to go. I already gave you the best advice I can give you from someone that was here years ago, that has seen a lot of flash crashes like today. Just keep your coins outside of the exchanges. Leave your coins inside your wallets, hardware wallets. Please don't leave them in software wallets in computers. When you see a dip like this, and if you want to try something crazy, don't sell, buy, and that's something crazy. Go against the grain. When everyone is panic selling, that's the opportunity for you to buy. And if you buy the dips like this, you will get a very good discount. So that's what you have to do. This is the best advice I can give you. Just keep calm. Don't do stupid things while the market is crashing, like during the morning. So you had good opportunities to buy the dip when it started to stabilize, and then before just going back up again. You always have some time to do it. So that's my recommendation, and let's leave it there today. I hope you guys you can't imagine how many messages I got today on my Twitter. And I didn't, of course, I had to answer the majority of them, except for one troll, which I didn't care to answer. that was all the time bugging me with stupid things about predictions and saying that I was trying to predict the future, when I always said we don't predict the future, we make plans for different probabilities. That's what I do, and that's what I recommend you guys do. So let's see. Let's look at the chat, guys. If you really want to say something, this is your last opportunity. I see people flying away. Yeah, take a walk on the wild side. Exactly. Keep calm and gently touch the buy button. Where were you, Maria? Why did you get here so late? Umberto, goodbye. Yeah. Bye-bye, Umberto. Maria just got here and we are almost finishing the stream. So that's very good timing, yeah? That's a very good thing. I hope you bought the dip at least. Ah, she's driving. So you should be careful. Don't kill yourself now that you bought the entire dip. Yeah, exactly, guys. HODL. That's the best advice anyone can give you right now. It's to HODL and keep calm, and this will all go away soon, and we will get back to the bull market. That this is still a bull market. So that's it. Yeah, I hope so. Paulo. But unfortunately, so I will leave you guys now. I see that every time I look at the chat, everyone starts to write at the same time. But then when I read all the questions and I answer all the questions, no one is writing anymore. You guys have to be more active. Anyway, so I had a really good audience today. Thank you, guys. I really enjoyed this stream. I hope I helped you. Calm down, and I gave you good advice today. Of course, there is no technical analysis that I can do today because of this craziness in the markets. What happened today, don't forget, what happened today is half of 1% probability of happening. So there is no TA that can predict anything like that, or that can give you a probability, even a good probability of that happening, because who cares about half 1% of probabilities of something to happen? So we just plan for the things that have, of course, bigger probabilities of happening, and that's what I do with technical analysis. So just remain calm. I hope I helped you to remain calm today, and I gave you good advice. And HODL, never sell during flash crashes like this, because you will get busted. And I guess I will see you guys in the next one. Not before, I'm not leaving before I give you also another advice from someone I used to watch a long time ago. And this one you guys will enjoy, at least the ones that know what I'm talking about. But listen, this very good advice from someone that I watched years and years ago.
All right, let's roll. Hey, let's be careful out there.
Exactly, guys. Let's be careful out there. And that's why I was doing this stream today, just to help you to remain calm and not do anything stupid. So I hope the older people here in the chat knows this, of course. I was a kid when this was on TV, with this TV series, but anyway. So let's be careful out there. Guys, gently touch the like button. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, subscribe to the channel and at least share with your friends that are panicking right now, so that probably they will get calmer if they watch my stream. And let's see what happens tomorrow. So I will see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.